Hey Johannes, how are you?
Hey Nabik, I'm good. How are you?
Also, thank you. Thanks for being on the pod. And let's talk about the mental side of the game and your journey and your take on the um, football.
Let's do it. Thanks for the invite.
Perfect, for sure. Can you give us a bit insight about your time being play in Germany for the national team U18 and also a bit about your injury this time?
Yeah, so I played in the under 18 national team for Germany, and at this time everything went very well. I was close to the professional team in at Rot-Weiß Erfurt. It's a third division, or it was a third division team, so I was very close to the men's team there. But then I had this injury, this knee injury, and I was out for 1 year. And before this injury, I had lots of confidence. I knew I'm like the best on the field, and I win every tackling, and I play very good passes. Yeah, all those things. And after this injury, I realized, okay, I'm not the best anymore. So it takes some time to get back to this level again. And yeah, and then I started playing again, but I didn't get all the trust from my coaches. So I lost confidence, and I I realized that I'm not on the same level like I was before. And yeah, I had some good games, I had some bad games. I mean, deep in myself, I knew I could do it, I could do better, but when I stepped on the field, it was not the same anymore. So it was, yeah, tough to perform for me. Also, it was mentally very hard for me.
Mm. Yeah, you mentioned right now, like before you had this incredible confidence, performing very well, and this injury got a bit some of your mental energy. How did you like, for example, 1 year is a long pause. How was your self-talk in this time, or like how was your thought process over this time to coming back?
I mean, right when the injury happened, I felt very down, depressed. I was very sad, but then I knew I can get back there on the same level. And I worked every day. I worked in rehab. I did rehab for 1 year. I worked so hard, and yeah, it was a tough way, a long journey. But then I tried to visualize things, and yeah, I did. I talked a lot to friends, to parents, and they pushed me through it, and I got lots of support and help, and that was very important for me. And yeah, eventually after 1 year I came back on the pitch, and it felt incredible. So, and it's also, that's I think also one thing, you can be mentally strong but also don't be like yeah, you have to have the courage, and don't feel like you are weak if you talk to other people like your friends or your family. You should do it at every time. You should have someone that you can talk to. That's, I think, also important.
Mm. Yeah, that's powerful. What was in this time? Did you have like psychological support from the team or from the German national team as a sports psychologist or mental coaches? They helped you during this time to prepare for the comeback?
Unfortunately, not. And unfortunately, I didn't. I wish I would have had someone, because I think it's a very important thing, especially during like a big injury. It's like a mental breakdown. And yeah, I wished I would have had someone, but I had only like my friends, my family I could talk to. So yeah, but no one like really professional.
Mm. Okay. And after the injury progressed and you got better and going onto the field, what was the next step you take on in your career?
So the next step was that I still played in Germany. But after time, I realized I want to like change the environment, want to do something completely new. And I heard about like some friends, they went to the United States and played college there. And they also told me it's very professional. It's not like here in like Europe, where when you go to college or to university, it's like just more like a hobby. You do it in your like leisure time. And in the United States, it's very professional. So I wanted to combine the academic part. Like I went to university already in Germany, but then I wanted to try it in the United States and wanted to combine the professional soccer or football with the academic part. So that's why I went to the United States and I got a scholarship there at the university and started playing there.
Mm. Yeah, like you played in Maryland. How was the transition for you to coming from Germany into the US football?
First of all, my English wasn't that good back then, but I improved and adapted pretty quickly. So that was the first thing. And then I have to admit, it was really like I like people like friends have been told. It's very professional there. You have like the locker rooms, or also the gym and the football field. It's very professional. It looks very good. So when I got there, or like comparing it with like the European football, it's the US football back then in college, it was more physical. Like they didn't really like put too much focus on the tactics, on the technical side, but it was very physical. So they put lots of focus on the physical part.
Mm. Like when you say like they put more on the physical part, does it also mean you had a bit advantage coming from Germany with the more tactical view, with the more technical view, and help so your teammates to get also this kind of views?
Yeah, definitely. So I think that's also why they like to get some European players because they know they are structured, they know all the tactics, they are technically very well educated. So that's, I think, why they get the European players or some European players to gain some structure inside the team. So all the physical players are around like one structured tactical guy, so that can like lead the team. So that's I think a big advantage also.
Mm. Yeah, that's good. You played as a defender, and in Maryland, you had the possibility to win a lot of games. How was like for you this moment of having this team and you're like a winning team? How was it like this time?
It felt great. So every win was felt incredible. Especially, yeah, especially with like your teammates that you like you go to class together, you spend your free time together, then you practice on the field, and then to celebrate the victories or like the wins, it feels great. So it was definitely a very good time.
Nice. What would you say like, for example, young players, they want to pursue from Europe a college career into the US, and after your college years, you went also to UCL, and how was the transition there, and which kind of advice can you give to the young players?
I mean, I think the most important thing is to work hard, to practice a lot on the field. So I think that's the most important thing. And then also to have the right mindset, not like you shouldn't think like, yeah, I mean, it's good to have like confidence and to know, yeah, I'm good, but you shouldn't be cocky. You shouldn't like think, okay, I'm the best. No one, I don't have to improve anymore. So I think that's the most important thing, to work hard and to like also to pursue your dream. So yeah. And not
Mm,
like also, even like if you make mistakes, you are not sad about it. You like analyze your mistake or your failure, and then you try to improve and work on that. So
Yeah, that's a good take on how to overcome after failure and getting better after some mistakes. I think a lot of young players they struggle with, okay, I did a failure and it can destroy my whole game. But it's just a small moment of the failure, not the whole career. And you talked about the mindset, having the right mindset. What would you say, how can you train the right mindset to perform on this high pressure situation?
that's a tough question, but I think if you first of all, if you practice hard and if you yeah practice the things you have to do on the field in the games, then you are automatically, if you are well prepared, you are not as nervous anymore, or you shouldn't. And then I think it's also in your mind, you have to be like, okay, if I fail or if I do a mistake, nothing can happen. Okay, I will improve. I will improve that nothing happens. So my life doesn't rely on it. So that's, I think, a big takeaway, that you shouldn't be too hard on yourself, and
Mm,
yeah, to punish you shouldn't punish yourself just for one like mistake or a pass to the opponent, something like that.
mm. You mentioned before, like that the injury you faced, it does something with you. Would you say, like over the time, that this person you become after the injury helped you also as a person and also as a player, and which kind of things you learned overcoming these kind of injury?
Yeah, definitely, I think so. Because in the moment of the injury, I thought like my life is over. I would never be happy again. But then I saw that I can overcome those struggles and overcome any challenge. So I think, and it's good that I could like experience it myself, that no matter how hard the way is to like to the goal, on no matter how much you're struggling, if you work hard and if you, most important, believe in yourself, and if you know, yeah, I'm working hard and it's gonna happen, I'm gonna reach my goal, then you will reach your goal. It's you shouldn't. I mean, there are also days you doubt yourself and you are sad, and but that's part of the process. You shouldn't like you shouldn't overreact or like take it to it shouldn't be much shouldn't take much importance on it. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Is there like any kind of routines or any kind of mental tools you used maybe during the time or later on to prepare yourself for the next game?
What I like to do, because every game was recorded, so I like to watch the games afterwards and analyze what I could have done better. But also for the mental part, I tried like to visualize things, to
Mm,
visualize how to win a tackle, how to score maybe a goal after a corner, and how to play some passes. And that's what I try to do. And also did some breath work, especially in some moments where you're like maybe nervous, or like some important moments, that you are still like in a positive state of mind, that you're pretty calm, that you're not too nervous and freaking out, something like that, that you are still like the confident, calm guy that has the exposure, yeah, to play this important pass or to win this important tackle.
mm. Yeah, that's very important, like what you mentioned with visualizing and also watching the recorded game to prepare yourself for the next game. What would you say, how important are these, let's say, mental tools for young player or for pros to work on it? Because there's a lot of people, they don't believe or they don't think that mental training will help you to perform better. What is your take on it?
I think that's a big thing, and I think it's very important to have someone that supports you mentally, also someone professional that knows to how to use the tools and has the skills to improve you as a player. So I saw many players, including myself, that had the capabilities, the skills to reach the top, but weren't like mentally prepared for it. So you can be as good as, for example, Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi with your skills. Maybe that's a little bit over. I mean, if you are as good as them, then maybe you make it. But let's say like as any like second or third division player, and but you wouldn't make it there because you're mentally not strong enough. So I think that's a very, very important thing. If you're not, you can be as good as almost anyone, but if you're not strong enough mentally, you won't make it.
Mm. Yeah, that's a really really good point. Like it was like I think last week I watching an interview from Tony Kroos and he was saying like that all the top players he played with they can all play and he's like they are already amazing. But what separates them is the mental part. If they can be the performance in the right moment, like the decision making and like you as a defender, I think it's crucial to being on this present moment and taking the right decision because one failure in your line can lead to a goal. How what is your take on as a defender to having this clear mindset when you are playing and being in the present moment? How important is it?
I mean, it's very important, especially as a defender. Like you said, if you fail or if you have one pass to the opponent or if you yeah, then it can be a goal. So, and you don't want to concede goals. So, like I already said, it's very important to have this calm mindset that you know you can trust yourself, that you are good enough, and yeah, even in like very important moments that you can yeah have a solution and do or make the right decision. Yeah, I think it's all about decisions, and if you have the calm, focused mind, then you can make the right decision.
Mm. Going back to your time after the US football in the college, you went to Birmingham, right? How was the transition there for you, and how did you, yeah, how was your experience there?
It was a very good experience. It was different because like college they were all like young, unexperienced players. They were like not as mature as the players in Birmingham Legion in the USL. So it was a different kind of game. I mean, they're all good players in college as well as in the second division in the States, but it was they were more mature and also mentally they were stronger than like all the young players. So that was maybe a big difference. Yeah.
Mm. Did you have at this time at Birmingham like sports psychologists on the team, mental support, mental training? How was it at this time?
No, we haven't had anyone there. So it was like I mean, for myself, talking to my for myself, I was reading like lots of books, like also about meditation, about focusing, and that helped me. But unfortunately, we didn't have someone like this, some mental coach. For example, in college, we had like at the beginning of every season, we had a leadership coaching for 1 week, how to how to be a good leader, how to lead a team. But in Birmingham, we didn't have anything like that. So neither leadership courses, neither, or also no like mental coach. So but
Mm.
I think like we already said or mentioned, I think it's a very crucial part of the game to have like mental support.
Yeah, yeah, it's interesting to hear like the second division in the US and also in Germany, a lot of teams they are playing in the highest leagues, but they don't offer this mental support. But on the other hand, like every player and every coach knows this game is a lot of mental. And what do you think? What is the reason behind it that they don't see the importance, or what do you think?
It's tough to say. I think it's a combination of they don't see the importance, but yeah, I would say they don't see the importance, but also maybe it's also you have to employ another guy that you have to pay for example, so it's on the payrolls, and I think the most essential part is that they don't think it's needed. It's much needed. They think it's just a normal game. It's no mental game. It's just a physical game. You need skills, but don't need any mental skills. And I think many coaches forget, or many clubs forget, though this like important part of the game.
Mm. How do you see the future in this part? Like, do you think this will change?
I mean, I hope it will change because I mean, you see so many players that are so good, but have a mental like breakdown, or are not strong enough mentally. So I hope it will change. Let's see what happens. So yeah.
Mm. All right. How was your the transition being a pro to getting to the career, and how did you transition there, and which kind of skills you learn from football, where are they right now also in your daily life?
I think first of all, it was tough, like to have this transition because I've practiced for like 20 years almost every day. Uh, I played football every day, so it was tough to like when I stopped then to realize that I don't have to go to practice anymore, that I don't have like a team around myself anymore, like a professional team. So yeah, that was first the first part was hard, was a tough transition, but I have a lot of good takeaways. For example, like I already mentioned, that you can overcome anything if you have a strong mind, if you, for example, also work hard. So that's one thing, like the discipline I took from my career now, and I could transfer to my everyday life. And yeah, also the structured part, that well, the structure, like that you have to do certain things during the day, that you can't like relax the whole day, that you have to, like I already mentioned, work hard. And also I would say is that I don't give up. So no matter what happens, no matter how hard it is, I mean, sometimes it's normal, I think, to say, okay, I don't want to do that anymore. But then I remind myself, okay, I have done it in soccer. I could overcome this challenge, so I can also overcome it in real life.
Yeah, yeah, that's powerful. Is there any kind of advice you want to give young players? They are dreaming of becoming international pros and they are just starting right now with the big dream.
I think there are two essential parts. First of all, work hard. And the second, always believe in yourself. No matter, I mean, you should listen to your parents. You should also listen to your coach and friends. But in the end, it's your task to believe in yourself, and you should you should always do those two things. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Johannes. Thank you a
Thank you,
lot.
Navi.